Hello everyone. In this video series I want to teach you a way of writing solo bass pieces using two-voice counterpoint. But what is counterpoint exactly? Well, counterpoint is writing harmonies using two or more melodies or two or more voices that work together to form that harmony, but while still being distinct and separate from each other. This style of writing was popular in Europe during the Baroque era. But why counterpoint specifically? Why not use just chord melody style or just melody and bass notes? And isn't counterpoint a very old style? While those remarks are completely valid, it is my belief that in regards to accompanying a melody on bass guitar, counterpoint gives you the most possible options. Consider the amount of ways to play a D major sound with an A as melody note. I can play multiple fingerings that suggest a D major sound that give me optimum flexibility. But if I want to play an entire triad, I'm much more limited in the amount of voicings I have. Here the bass guitar really shows its limits. And besides, how many times have you heard this stale way of playing bass? So now that that's out of the way, let's dive into some counterpoint. Counterpoint is a specific style of arranging intervals in motions. So let's discuss those. The intervals are grouped into three categories. You have the perfect consonances, the octave, the fifth, and the unison. You have the imperfect consonances being the both thirds and sixths, the sixths. And lastly you have the dissonances, those are the sevenths, major and minor, the tritone, the two ninths, those are the ninths, and in most cases the fourth. I will discuss dissonances in a later video, because they won't be important until the possibilities of using the consonances has been fully explored. Let's discuss the motions now. You have oblique motion, that is when you have one persisting melody note and another melody that moves, so you have something like this. You have direct or parallel motion, that's when the two melodies move in the same direction. And lastly you have contrary motion, that's when the two voices move in different direction. And now, just before we're gonna make some actual music, there's only one rule you need to know to writing contrapunctually, and that is to not approach a perfect consonance via direct or parallel motion. Using so destroys the independent character of the two melodies, which is the whole point of counterpoint, pun intended. Now that that's covered, let's make some actual music. For the first example, I've composed a little melody consisting of pure quarter notes, which I'm gonna accompany using only just quarter notes. This is called first species counterpoint. The melody goes like this. And now with accompaniment. I've written two other second voices using this melody to show you the possibilities of counterpoint. And now the other one. You are free to take ideas from these examples, but again, the best way to practice this kind of writing is to just do it. So I suggest you write second voices to melodies you already know, or to write melodies of your own and then write second voices to that. Just like scales, solfege and transcriptions, writing in counterpoint is a skill you develop by just doing it a lot. But I urge you to just move to play with this contrapuntal style and ornament the melodies as you wish. So if you would take a progression like this, go explore the different ornamentations you can do. This has been the first lesson on how to write solo bass pieces using Counterpoint. In this lesson I've introduced the concept of motions in intervals, and I've introduced to you a couple of examples. The homework I want to give you is to write a bunch of melodies and to transcribe a bunch of melodies and to write a bunch of second voices to them to train that contrapuntal muscle. In the next video I want to discuss the other third of the interval story, namely the dissonances, how they are used and how you can use them in your pieces. So, see you then.